So for me and my story, I thought that I was relatively bad at everything up until I was 21, 22 years old. And it was when I started posting videos to YouTube and I really created this version of myself who was speaking so loudly and encouraging guys to rise up from degeneracy, from being a Jeffrey. That's when I realized that I have a strength that 99.9% of the world don't have. My strength is persuasive speaking and also leadership. And using those strengths, using those skills, I've been able to change my life forever. I have this fun, challenging work that I get to level up in every day. And this work has also then makes me like a lot of profit. It's paid for like all my travels around the world. I live an awesome life because I've been able to utilize what I eventually found as my signature strength. 90% of young guys don't know what their strength is because they haven't done enough exploration. You know, it's for me to find my strength of like being a YouTuber and giving advice. You know, I tried like 7 businesses before this. Before you ever heard of me, I was staying up late with my laptop in front of me and I was making random dropship websites. I was trying to be e-commerce. I was trying to be a rapper. I tried so many things. I even tried multiple sports as well. And I know for a fact the reason why I became successful is because I tried like 12 things before I actually reached a good level of success. The reason why you're not successful is because you haven't tried enough things. It's simple as that. So many young guys have just not went through that period of trying more things. So what this practically looks like, you go and try 5 different business models, you go and try 5 different sports, all the different types of martial arts, and inside of that, naturally you'll go and find the thing that you are just more talented than everyone else. So it's strange, it's very specific, but for me personally, I'm actually very bad at anything wrestling related now, which is strange because I'm actually very strong, especially for my body weight. I'm very strong, but I'm very bad at like technical wrestling, takedowns and jiu-jitsu and wrestling. At MMA, I'm very bad at that. Striking, I'm pretty good at. Kicks, I'm pretty good at as well. But like takedowns, I'm very bad at. When I went to a bunch of jiu-jitsu classes and wrestling classes, because I've always been very poor at that, I've realized, okay, I'm not going to be like amazing at this. So if I'm not going to be really good to the point that I'm proud of it, then I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go and find the kind of sport that I'm going to be good at. What am I good at? Weightlifting. I'm fairly strong in weightlifting. On the internet, everyone talks about massive numbers, but in the real world, I'm stronger than 99.9% of humans that have ever existed, which isn't like, it's not that difficult. I can squat like double my body weight. I can bench press over like 100 kg, 105, 110. You're just stronger than 99.9% of humans that have ever existed, at least in this one static movement. That gives me a lot of pride and joy, and it lets me keep going back to that environment where I feel good and advanced. And so we want to find this for you. We want to find what you might be just naturally more talented than other people. And then we want you to use hard work, consistency, self-improvement to become even better. So first, you need to find what you're naturally talented with. Go and try 20 things over the next few years. Write this down as almost a reminder to yourself that your teenage years are just for trying things. Try as many sports as possible, and what you're specifically looking for is just to see if without practice you are better than like most of the guys there. So you might you probably kind of know what it is, but it's not really in the forefront of your mind. Like when I was a teenager, if you asked me what's my signature strength, I wouldn't have been able to give you an answer, but I kind of knew that a strength of mine was giving advice to people, but it wasn't really in my mind because I hadn't really been using it. It was only when I tried it through sport and through business, that's when it became so apparent to me, where I was like, yeah, like everyone on YouTube fucking is so bad. Like this was my realization when I was 21 years old and I started making videos, and my videos were just fucking miles better and actually helpful compared to every other YouTuber that I was watching. I was just thinking, if this is the standard of these professional YouTubers, I'll come in and fucking overtake all of these self-improvement guys, all of them. And I remember being there with 36 subscribers, and there were self-improvement channels with 200k, 500k, 1 million. I overtook all of them. This is what you can do. There might be some random martial art gym that you join, and maybe it's boxing, maybe it's MMA, maybe it's jiu-jitsu, maybe it's a team sport, maybe it's cricket, basketball, whatever. You try all of them, and there's going to be one where in your first day, you're going to fucking wipe the floor with like 10 guys who have been training for months. That could be the one that you could keep going to and start training hard in, because then you'll get that positive feedback loop where you're like a valued member of the team, the club. People like you, they see you progressing really quickly. So another actionable step, if this part of this guide really stands out to you, pause the video and just really think to yourself, okay, what things have I tried and what things have I had a strength in? And if you've got nothing clear, then really say to yourself, okay, what could I go and try? What do I think I might be really good at? What, when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old field and I used to play with my friends. What was I quite good at then? So another thing that I was good at when I was younger, and I know I'm still good at this, was accuracy with small handheld balls. So with bigger balls, like a basketball, my accuracy is not that good. But with a tennis ball or a cricket ball, my accuracy is very good. So I still know, this sounds abrupt, but like I still know today, I could actually become relatively one of like the best bowlers of the world in cricket. I just haven't pursued it because it's not something I'm very interested in. But I know that I'm genetically gifted towards being a bowler in cricket. And I know that I can put in hard work, and I have perseverance, I have consistency, I have self-improvement. I could take over the entire like cricket bowling space, and I could become one of the top like 100 bowlers of the entire world. I actually genuinely could do. Sounds crazy to say that. When you have the genetic natural talent, but then you've also proven that you can stick to something for years and keep getting better, like I have with business, with weightlifting, I know for a fact that this is a potential. You might be watching this in the future and being like, this guy's already like a famous bowler and he's talking as if like, you know, he's not started yet. Who knows? But you need to have some kind of understanding of yourself. Like I could say right there, like this is something that I know that I'm good at and I've got potential in. It's so good for your mental health. It makes you feel like valuable. So if you don't know that just yet, I urge you to not just like forget about this part of this guide. Really make the next few years of your life this big period of just trying so many new things.